Today is the 21st of April and I thought I'd do a little follow-up on the video I made last week of red mason bees hatching out of their cocoons, which I'll put a link to at the bottom of this video. So I think I spent a lot of time focusing on the cocoons and the bees hatching out, but I ended up in this part of the garden, just a little stone wall we have in the front, where we have a couple of bee nesting boxes. This one here, this blue one, was made by my friend Ron, who has taught me most of what I know about red mason bees actually, and how to best cater for them, for want of a better word. So you can see in this bee nesting box, or bee hotel some people call them, that there are lots of tubes, some made of cardboard and some made of bamboo, and different bees have different preferences. I can never second guess what they're going to choose or what's going to be most popular, but the bees that you can see buzzing around at the moment are mostly males. But there is, in this bottom part, okay, so now she's here. I was going to leave this to later. There is a bee here. Can you see? She's being really bothered by the males. What she's trying to do, right down at the bottom, second from the left, is seal that nesting tube. That's gone out of focus now, sorry. Seal that nesting tube with mud that she's gone and collected from somewhere else. So she's already filled that nesting tube with pollen and eggs. There, she's back again now. This is why they're called mason bees, by the way. She's not settling, so I'm going to move on to this one so I can show you something really interesting. I'm going to reach across the wall here. Now, there's a male here. I'll wait till he's gone. I know he's a male because he's got a little moustache. Oops, daisy. I'm going to reach over. And pull out this drawer so you can see what's going on inside. And what's going on inside here is that the female has mated and she's used one of these entrances. This is an observation drawer, got a sheet of perspex so you can see what's going on inside, and you can see really clearly that she's lined the tube with mud, and then she's collected pollen. Backwards and forwards with pollen she goes. She collects the pollen underneath her abdomen, rather than in pollen baskets like bumblebees and honeybees do. And then she also collects a little bit of nectar every now and then, and once she's satisfied that she's provided enough, she lays an egg. So you can see there's an egg laid on the pollen in the far cell, and then she blocks that cell off with soil and starts all over again. So this tube, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so she's got 6. She's probably got enough for about 10 in this tube, which I'm going to put back now in case she comes back. Don't want to disturb that more than necessary. Oops. So that's these are just different ways that you can provide nesting boxes for bees, solitary bees in your garden. And I'm going to whiz over now to another one, which is very similar but different. Over here. So this is also a bee nesting box that has the ability to, it's got like an observation window in the side. Sorry, go around the other side. So I'm going to take this side off and you can see again inside here. There's a whole row. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. It looks like there's, anyway, something there. So again, it's pollen, a little bit of nectar, and an egg, and then seals it, and that goes on each bee. Each egg is laid in its own separate cell, and soon, probably in the next few days, these eggs will hatch out, and when they do hatch out, the grubs, or the larvae, will feed on that pollen that the single solitary bee has left for them. All the different entrances, and there are about 4 or 5 on this side as well, but I'm not going to disturb them at the moment. I'm going to show you another nesting box that we've got, and this was very popular last year. They don't seem to mind the chimes at all. Oh, this is good timing. So there's a bee has just come back, and another one. So that I'm going to zoom in on this, because here it's very active. So here we've got some dried out plant stems that we collected last year, and I can't remember what they were. They could have been bramble, and already this year 2 have been filled with pollen eggs and mud. You can see they've been packed right up to the edge, and the other one, you can see there, that brown coloured sort of more orange brown coloured one on the left, that is a leaf cutter from last year who hasn't emerged yet. She won't emerge probably for another month or so. And if I just go up to the one above, again, you can see that, oh look, you can see that the one kind of on the bottom left has been filled out. So these again are cardboard tubes on the top, and by the end of May, or mid-May even, I would expect these to be absolutely chock-a-block. So that's what happens next, and this, incidentally, just there's a lot of advice about where to site your bee hotels or your bee nesting boxes, and this particular area loses the sun. It's midday now, and it loses the sun. Now it's just starting to lose it, but by 1 o'clock it's completely lost, and the bees that have chosen this don't seem to mind that at all. They just carry on. I've watched them carrying on throughout the afternoon. But others prefer that wall over there, which gets a lot more sun. So the sun here, the sun's on this wall till about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's interesting, you know, there are instructions where you should site your bee nesting boxes, but yeah, the bees don't read the instructions, and they all seem to have different needs. I don't know, same species, you know, red masons nesting over here and over on that more sheltered wall. So I think that's enough for now. I think there's a lot of wind, and I think when I play this back I'll find that the wind has completely obscured some of what I'm saying. But I'll just zoom in again on this, all this activity, all these males that are driving the females mad, and leave you with this, and come back again when the grubs in the nesting boxes that you can see through the perspex have hatched out, and then I can very carefully do a little video of them as well. And just you may have noticed, this one here is from a company called masonbees.co.uk, and that one is made by Ron Rock, and that one over there on the chair is made by Nurturing Nature. So I'll put links to the people you can get these from. That's it. Have a lovely day.